when you need to know. KCBS AM, KFRC FM, and HD1. San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, a radio.com station. It's 10 o'clock.
Well, a parade is just now kicking off to help medically fragile kids who are confined to their homes because of COVID-19. It's being put on by Coastal Kids Home Care in Salinas to raise money and replace its annual Touch a Truck event. To hear more, we're joined on the KCBS Ring Central Newsline by Margie Mayfield, founder and CEO for Coastal Kids Home Care. Margie, thank you for joining us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Tell us about Coastal Kids Home Care.
Coastal Kids is a licensed home health agency. Then we're the only nonprofit home health agency in the state of California. Our services are strictly and only for pediatric patients, so we service kids from 0 to 21 with any kind of illness. So we have kids that just have some IV antibiotics or things that they need finished at home versus we have children that are quite ill that have tracheostomies and ventilators at home, and those are the type of kids that we're visiting today. But we have a full range of medical services that we provide children, and everything is done in the home.
The pandemic has been challenging for everyone, so tell us specifically, how have kids in care been coping with this pandemic? What are the extra challenges?
Well, they're always careful about being out and exposed to germs, especially during cold and flu season. But this has just put a whole nother layer on it, as you can imagine. Our families have been absolutely petrified to go out and worried about their children getting COVID. So we've actually had an increase in services because instead of going into clinic appointments and things like weight checks and doctor's appointments, we are checking on the children and then sending reports up to Stanford Children's Clinics and some of the other major hospitals so that the kids can stay home. But mostly they're just extremely isolated, even more than normal, to make sure that they don't get this illness or that anybody in their family doesn't.
Margie, you mentioned the parents and caretakers who are in normal good times. It's challenging, but now they have to be extra special cautious. So how are they coping with it, and what extra help might you be able to offer them, or are there other services that help with the parents and the caretakers who might need a break?
Yeah, so we actually do quite a few things. First and foremost, we have made sure that all of our staff and our families, especially the children that we're providing shift care on, which means that we're providing an actual nursing shift in the home. Sometimes we even do up to 16 hours because the child would basically be living in the hospital. So we've brought them home and are doing that nursing at home. And so we've provided them with all kinds of cleaning supplies and masks and face masks and gloves and everything there. So first and foremost, that's been our everybody is now has all their supplies that they need to stay safe. And then on top of that, we also offer mental health services for both our families, siblings, and our parents. So if they're really having a hard time with this, we try to give them some counseling sessions and walk them through some of their anxiety. Our social workers also help them with basic needs. So if we've had families laid off, we work on getting some things that the different counties offer, resources for food and shelter and stipends for rent and things like that. We'll sign them up for those. And then lastly, we just try to bring them some fun. So we have art, music, massage, and child life that our therapists provide to our kids on our palliative program, which are basically our really long-term, very, very sick children. And then today's event is specifically to just bring some joy into their lives and actually bring a parade of over 50 cars by their house and wave, and it's just for them. And so we're hoping that this really brings some happiness to our children and our families.
All right, and I'll just give you a few more moments to talk a little bit more about the parade today. What kind of cars and fire engines, what do you have going?
Oh, we have a little bit of everything. So this is to take the place of our Touch a Truck event that is an annual event in Monterey County that we're hoping to move also up into Santa Clara County. Normally, the event is where it's in a parking lot, and we bring out about 50 cars and trucks, and we have food trucks and things like that. So what we did is we contacted a lot of the people that normally participate, and they brought their vehicles to the two different parades. So in Monterey County, we have fire trucks and police officers and emergency vehicles and things like that. And then up in Santa Clara County, we have the famous Sharks fire truck. We have the police department, and the sheriff is with us. But we also have just some of the most amazing, cool cars. Lots of old-fashioned cars, souped-up cars. They have great roaring engines. And so it is a spectacular sight to see driving past their cars. And then a lot of our staff have decorated their cars and have signs for all the kids.
Fantastic. Margie, thank you so much for joining us. Margie Mayfield, founder and CEO, Coastal Kids Home Care.